Hey guys, what's really going on? I just wanted to do a guide on the multiplayer in the Alchemist Code, as requested by Lee in my character progression video. If we jump over here into the multiplayer tab, there's going to be 3 selections that pop up. It's going to be the recruit party, where you can open up a dungeon and wait for other people to join. There's going to be the join party, where you can view other dungeons that people have started. Right now there's not any going on. Oh, there goes a guy. And then you got your enter code. That's going to be for when you lock a party and you want to invite only specific friends with the code to access it. But some of this content in the multiplayer is soloable, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that right now. It speeds things up because we don't have to wait for other people to queue. We don't have to wait for other people to take their turns. If we go over here, these here are going to be for the job tokens. The beginner quests are easily soloable in these. The mastery quests, not so much. The mobs in the mastery quests are going to be about level 40. I don't have any characters that can solo this content just yet. It's going to be a while before we got level 75 characters that'll be able to solo this content. Down here, this is the evolution material farming. This is going to be the stuff that you're probably going to need quite a bit of, but the intermediate and the beginner, where you can get the vast majority of the evolution materials with the exception of the 5-star material, these are soloable, and these quests have been going on since they dropped the game right now, and I'm sure that they'll still be going on 24/7 when global drops also. If we jump into beginner, I got a Lambert that I leveled up to level 18, and he's a character that's available for everybody. I took his basic war arts up to level 7 just so I would unlock the first aid in case I do get into a little bit of trouble. I'll be able to heal myself up just a little bit. But he's job level 3 for soldier, and he's only level 18. It's pretty early accounts will be able to achieve that. Now once we get into the fight, there's a couple of tips to make the content easier when you're trying to tackle it with one character. The first tip is going to be to make sure that you don't aggro the enemies. Like in this particular stage, we got 3 on the left, 3 on the right. If I don't get to get close to the guys on the right, they won't attack me. The mobs don't just all swarm you at the start of a battle like they do in Final Fantasy Tactics. If you're careful with the aggro range of the mobs, you can actually section them off and make a lot of the content in this game a lot easier. And when you're doing these fights solo, the only real threat that you have to you when you're playing a tankier character like Lambert or Logi is the wizards. The wizard spells, if they get advantage over you, they're going to do quite a bit of damage, and they can kill you. If we take a look at this wizard over here, he's a water type. If he casts an ice ball on me, that's going to hurt real bad. Even though these mobs are only level 5 and Lambert's 18, that guy over there is still a threat. He could take me out. Alright. I managed to pull out that one soldier by himself without the other 2 aggroing me. We're going to go ahead and just wait here, just to play it safe. And before we move into their aggro range, I'm going to go ahead and pop a heal. as you can see, the physical attacks really aren't something that you need to worry about when you're this much higher than the mobs that you're fighting. And since I had element disadvantage, that wizard managed to survive one of my hits. Luckily, he decided not to cast another spell on me. If he would have decided to cast another ice ball on me, that probably would have killed me. Yeah, and one of the bad things about soloing this content is that you can't speed it up. But it is soloable, so if you need the evolution materials and you don't want to wait for the event quest to pop on the weekend, you can just jump in here and do the beginner and intermediate. I would say wait on the intermediate until you're a bit higher level. We'll go ahead and run one right now. Let's go ahead and check out the goddess worship, and we'll do it on intermediate. I still have it locked so nobody can join. Lambert cannot handle that content. So what we're going to do is we're going to take my level 35 Vainicus. I evolved her to 4-star. I think she was a base 3-star. Her move and jump +1 both came maxed when she gained access to them, so I didn't have to level those up. And I got the rest of her abilities to 10. And she's level 35, and I think she's job level 6 as a thief. The reason I like using thieves for these is just because they move so much faster than everybody else. She's got a move speed of 5, so she can get around the map real quick and knock out the enemies for you pretty fast. If you do have access to Lucian, I would strongly recommend leveling him up. He's great. He helped me handle a lot of the content. He's moves fast. He's got a further attack range than most. Yeah, in this particular map, it's real easy to section off the enemies. You are heavily outnumbered, but as long as you section off the enemies and don't aggro them, it's not going to be too much of a problem for you. And the other good thing about those thieves is they get access to that quick action, which takes their agility up when they take physical damage. That's gonna what the agility does in combat for you is it's gonna give you more turns. Basically, it increases the your turn bar. So the higher your agility, the more turns you get. That's another reason why I like Lucian a lot. I think he has the highest agility of all my units. Sometimes he'll get 2 turns before most of these guys will even get to go. And if we take a look at the enemies here, they're only level 15. So Vainicus is level 35. She's much higher than these guys. You could probably try out knocking this content out with a level 20, 25 character. I would say at least go for 25 to 30. And you should be able to solo the content. Let's go ahead and get ready to... I'm going to position her here so that I don't aggro that archer up there. So that I'll be in range of him. I can just go and knock him out before he even takes an action. And don't be afraid to try your characters in these missions solo. Even if you fail, don't worry about spending the gems to get a continue on, because that'll start to add up. If you do fail, it only takes I think like 10% of the energy. It's like 2 or 3 energy that you end up losing. It's not that big of a deal if you just want to try out different characters to see which one you have that will be able to solo this content the best. But farming the tokens and farming the evolution material, honestly, it just is going to be a lot faster if you wait until that event is available in the events where you can take a full team of yours to go handle the content. That's going to be faster. But if that event's not available, this is another way to get the material you need. Let's see if we can join a party here. Oh, his is not available no more. Let's start one. Let's start a... Right now it's the weekend, so all of this evolution material is available for solo. So let's see if anybody wants to do a night trial. Well, we gotta start our own group. We're not gonna turn on the restricted this time. Let's see if anybody wants to try their hand at clearing this harder content with me. Now the thing that you need to remember is that not a whole lot of people are playing this game yet, so getting groups together, especially for this harder content, since the game is still so early, it's gonna be difficult. It might take a while, and I would just suggest right now waiting to go farm the material from the weekend event dungeons, where you can take a full party of yours and hire a mercenary. But maybe 3 of us can handle it. And when you join someone else's group, I don't believe you have to pay an energy cost, so these guys probably don't mind jumping in with. Maybe that it doesn't cost them anything to give it a shot. And I honestly don't know if we'll be successful or not. The mobs in here I think are also level 40. I don't think that person's connected. Oh yeah, they are. Uh-oh. Nice, nice. Uh-oh. Got that counter proc. Yeah, Zan is an outstanding unit. If y'all get a hold of him, I would strongly recommend working on him. I think that in the Japanese game, he's like A tier. He's pretty high up there for his element. Him and Lucian both are pretty high up there. They're real good units. no counter. I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna kill her next time I get a turn though. Chloe is real tanky, so it'll be interesting to see if my Zan can one-shot her or not. Oh yeah. And we about finished this one up. Yep, that's about it. As y'all can see, the multiplayer, especially when you join with other people, it does take a while. But we were able to clear the hardest content that the multiplayer has to offer just with the 3 of us. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Alright guys, that's going to be about it for this one. If y'all have any questions about multiplayer or anything that I missed, just leave a comment down below. And here pretty quick, I'll probably be doing a summoning video on the step banner. I'm going to do a couple of steps later on. I hope you enjoyed and have a good one.